called as senior missionaries in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in the Toronto, Ontario mission.
Yes, indeed.
I feel different. I'm part of it now. I feel different. When you're set apart, you know, it's done by the laying on of hands by the authority of the priesthood and under the direction of the mission president. And it is something different. The mantle of the calling falls upon you, and you can feel it. You can feel that you have a certain amount of authority for a certain job. It's different. It's cool. How do you feel, Willem?
I feel good about it.
You feel the same thing?
Yeah, that's just sink in a little bit. But overall, I feel good about it.
Yeah, I feel very happy about it. Hi, Ann. Nice to see you. So we did it. I'm so glad because there was not an official thing that had happened yet, and everything in the church is done by callings. It's prayed about and determined yes or no, this person or that. And so once all that is done, and then you're the person for the position, then you're given a calling and a blessing by the laying on of hands. And so I was blessed with things that will help me in this calling, and given counsel. So it's good. It's all very good. So life now is different. We're no longer just Willem and Nancy. We're brother and sister, elder and sister today.
Can we ask for a missionary next sister today?
Today is not our... Oops, he wants to get in.
I don't know why.
I think there's somebody sitting on the side of the road that he has to avoid. I'm going to have to move into the ditch. So we went to the temple today, which was really good. I'm so glad we went there before we went to, before we were set apart. It just worked out that it was going to be most convenient to go near there to the chapel right there near where they live on the way home from the temple. And so going to the temple put me in the right frame of mind, remembering earth from the Lord's point of view, earth life and blessings and covenants and direction and counsel, and just being enveloped by the Spirit in the temple. And I always find that I go back to square one when I'm in the temple. I become humble and repentant and teachable. And then I am filled with joy after being there. But after I was set apart, while I was being set apart, a smile formed, and it hasn't left. It's just this awesome feeling of joy. I always wanted to go on a mission, a senior mission. I always wanted to be a missionary, but we had 5 children, and when I was young, I didn't go on a mission. I got married. Anyway, but we did it. How do you feel about being a missionary, Willem?
Well, I think I'm going to be stretched.
You're going to be stretched?
Stretched. Like learning new things. Doing things that are difficult for me now, make it easier.
That's very cool. Willem is very, very very good with music, very good with his piano fingers. He can just fly through the notes, and he knows all of the notes. I suppose he's forgetting some, but Anne Lane says, yes, that's what I was talking about. The love of God has blessed you to be the vessel. It's very exciting. You know, I have no idea what to expect. We'll be at a camp with a lot of teenage girls. They will be rotating through, and then there'll be teenage boys that are rotating through. They'll stay for a few days and then go. So it's all very, I don't know what it'll be like. But I was an assistant camp director once. Of course, it was before I joined the church. It was a Girl Scout camp, and it was very short-lived. It was only for 6 weeks or something, I guess. Anyway, that was interesting. But I didn't really know anything. I was young. I was 20 or 21. Hi, Suze. So Willem and I are now officially missionaries. We're on a service mission. This is a senior mission. And we are going to be assistant camp directors for a girls and boys camp at a church camp. So it's going to be pretty different. Not going to be able to sit around and watch television all evening anymore. We won't have a television or Wi-Fi, right? So life as I know it will change. I'll be reading a lot more of the scriptures.
You're going to read scriptures together when it's in the evening or in the morning.
Yeah.
And I cannot do genealogy because there's no Wi-Fi. I can organize my genealogy information in my laptop. It's a bit of a mess so that I know what I have researched and where the opportunities for finding more things are. All that sort of stuff.
I've been thinking lately that I should read a church book. Church books are really good. I've always liked reading church books because it'll be written by a prophet, and generally the ones I like to read, and it will have usually scripture references throughout, and so you can look up the scripture as you're reading the book. And so it gives me a good direction of what scriptures I should read. I think I'll find a good book. I probably got books in my bookcase that it would be very good as a missionary, a service missionary.
Okay, let's see how do you turn this off?
I'll do it.
Plug it, I guess.
I'll take it down. There we go.
Continue on Cannington Road.
It says, there we go. It's been a wonderful day. It's not been a long day at all. No, this is a good day. We had a wonderful time at the temple. I have a journal at the temple, and after I do different ordinances, I like to go and write in my journal about the way I feel and any spiritual experiences I've had. I really enjoy that. So we did that in the temple, and then it was very slow on the highway to get to visit with the counselor from the district presidency, who set us apart. So we are now service missionaries. Yay! We will have name tags soon. Imagine that. Name tags, us. Our children used to grab the tags of the missionaries and wear them around the chapel. That was when they were little. Anyway, so I guess we're supposed to attend a different branch, a different area, a different congregation on Sundays, one that's close to the camp. So this will all be quite different for us. I've not attended a different branch or congregation for a long, long time. Except when I was with my mom in Georgia, I would attend down there sometimes. Well, the whole time I was in Georgia, I would attend there where she lived. I overdid it yesterday, so I took it easier today, Ellen said. Yes, it is easy to overdo it, isn't it? In the blessing he gave me as when he set me apart as a missionary, he said to be really careful about overdoing it. I can't remember the words, but to take care of yourself and ask for help and know your limitations and don't push yourself too hard. Be gentle with yourself. We are the same age. We were both born in 55, so he knows. My.
He meaning
Yeah, president who set us apart. Anyway, it's interesting. We're on step 1. Well, this is about step 5 now, actually. First, we had to go on the church's website and find the service missions. And we had been invited by someone who was already serving a service mission at the camp that they needed help, and they were having a hard time finding anybody, but thought perhaps we would like to. And of course, what could I enjoy more than being out in the woods, except maybe being out in the woods with my scriptures. Anyway, so when I was an assistant camp director in Georgia, we had mosquito netting. It was like a box that was, there were posts. You had to put 4 posts up on your bed, 4 sticks, and then you tied this mosquito netting to the sticks, and then you tucked it in under the mattress all the way around you. Otherwise, the bugs would get in. And I was talking to my mother-in-law, Oma Lily, in Vlaardingen, Netherlands. She, when she was young, lived in Indonesia, and on her bed she had that. In Indonesia, they had different kinds of houses than we have here. It was very hot there, but they had mosquito netting over their beds. That was when it was a small single bed, I suppose. It'd be kind of a lot of mosquito netting if it was going up. That was 176.9. Diesel is $2.18 a liter. Unbelievable. But it was $2.25 or something a liter in Holland, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the gas. Yeah, well, at first it was €2.38 a liter, €2.38 a liter, which is like about $3 a liter at least, I think.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that it costs them. I don't think that you can really compare prices like that, because things that cost $1 here cost €1 there. So I think it's on par.
But for us,
even though it costs us more to go there, to do it there, right? Yeah. That was my bone of contention when I went to Jordan, and little children were selling rocks for €1 or 1 dinar or whatever it was. And that was all fine and dandy, but that was like 2.5 dinar for me, or $2.50 for me. And like, doesn't matter where you're from, little children selling things for 1, Anyway, I don't know what that related to.
The price of gas.
Ah, yes, the price of
So
gas.
it was 3.30 something, and then the Dutch government was concerned about people not affording it, so they lowered their taxes on the gas, and it went down to 2.20 something, and later on the price continued to go down anyway, 2.10 or something. still quite high.
Anyway, this is the new reality. Can't hold on to the old ways. The old ways come and go. Sometimes things are worth a lot, sometimes they're cheap as can be. It all changes. You just have to focus on something else, right? I remember during World War II, they collected gum wrapper paper, the aluminum gum wrapper paper. Aluminum was very important and hard to come by, and so it was returned to the... This is the Moira River, and I just love this place. I'll look up the river for you. Actually, looking down the river is pretty nice. Let's look up. I've sat over there before and made videos. In fact, I think I've also kayaked on the Moira River, and there's videos in here. M-O-I-R-A. Kayaking on the Moira River. This is very pretty. Very beautiful. The sun is setting, or almost. It's 7:34. I guess it sets at 8, right?
Something like that.
Or 9. No, 8.
8.
It gets up at 6 and it goes to bed at 8. So I have to change my sleeping habits so that I'm up with the sun and to bed with the sun. I think if I do that, I won't mind not having television or anything, because I won't be staying up till late to watching the late show. And not that I watch the late show, since we only have YouTube anyway. This is so exciting. Can't believe it. And not only, like, I always wanted to be a missionary, and I thought that I would like to go on a mission to Africa or somewhere, or South America. I thought, oh, those would be great places. But actually, even better is to go be at a camp. And our job will not be like proselyting and converting people. Everybody there will already be members of a church. They'll already be, but we'll be able to interact with them. Oh, look at that. We are back. Anyway, so I will be in my element. Jeannie says, you will have such wisdom to pass on to others. Oh, I have such wisdom. Thank you. I do, I guess. My wisdom is not generally sought out by people. On here, people really, they have a choice to turn it off with, and I don't even know. But when people like you say things like that, it makes me think, well, maybe I do have something worth saying. It's worth saying to me. I like to talk. So have any of you ever been on a mission? Have you been on a service mission or a missionary as a youth? Oh, thank you. She says you do. I like to listen. Thank you. Good, because I like to talk. So we're going to get tags even. I have a tag in the temple. I'm a temple worker, so it says, it doesn't say today, Nancy, service, or not.
2 tags in the temple.
Yeah, I have 2 tags also. One is
volunteer.
Oh, you have a volunteer tag. Oh.
I have a volunteer tag, and you have organized tag only, I think. Because I had a volunteer tag because I was calling, and I couldn't be in that calling and also be an ordinance worker. So they made me a volunteer, and do not exactly everything that the ordinance worker.
So it has your name on it as well as volunteer?
Yeah, but it has a line, has an underline under my name, which means that's a volunteer.
Oh, that means you're really important. And we're still temple workers. We have not been called back to being temple workers at the moment yet. But if we are called back, we can still go from the camp one day a week. There's a lot of flexibility in our hours, which was important to me because, you know, I have a hard time with inflexible schedules. If it's not flexible, I end up quitting. But you can't quit this. This is my once in a lifetime, life-changing experience ahead. It's going to be good. I'm going to find out things about myself that I didn't know. Now, wouldn't that be fun? To explore whole new parts of yourself. I already know what it's like to work hard and to hurt yourself, and to not work very hard and not hurt yourself but accomplish almost nothing. So I know those two things. And I guess the Lord will help me take everything that all the needs I have. Like when I'm in pain, it's really important that I have a comfortable place to sit or lie down. So that is kind of a priority. When I go visit somebody, if I go visit them and everybody's got their own comfortable place to sit in their house, right? Look, like Pinocchio, my nose. Can't tell if it's getting longer or not. There's a high fire rate right now, according to the sign. What was I saying? Must have been very important. I was very focused on it. What was I talking about, Willem? He tunes me out, so he wouldn't have to deal with that. Yes?
I don't remember. We're kind of stalled in what you're talking about.
What?
We're kind of stalled in what you're talking about.
You stalled in my talk?
Oh.
Yes, that's because I looked at my nose and I saw it was glowing, and that changed the subject. Oh well, it'll come around again, maybe. Maybe not. Are you getting your feet comfortable?
Yep.
Looks like we're dropping out again. So I have a new journal at home. And my journal is, it's for being a missionary. It's for my missionary journal. So I'll finish up writing in this one. This has just got a little bit. But anything about my mission, I'll put in the new journal. And all my regular stuff about what I've been doing, I'll put in here. I never grow, so here, Ellen says, will you give it to us almost daily? And I thank you. What is that, words of wisdom? Or just a lecture? Time to do some adulting, eh? Well, you see, that's it. I can't just quit. I can quit other things. I told my soon-to-be 13-year-old granddaughter that I never grew up, so I'll never get old. You know, I was playing with Desmond the other day. We were playing Minecraft, and we were playing in this new area where you go in and it's like we're a public place where all kinds of people come and play the game. And when you first arrive, you arrive at a certain spot and you keep seeing all these flashes, and that's more people arriving on the same spot. So if you move over and you look back at the spot, you see all these people appearing and then running away. And anyway, and so in this game, you're supposed to do certain things, and I didn't know how to do them, and so I was looking around. But you're coming into this curve pretty fast, dear. And he said, I said, what number are we supposed to be at? And he repeated it, and he had to do that a few times because I couldn't keep that number in my head. I would usually write it down, but I didn't write it down, so I keep asking him. And then I couldn't find the place, and he said, no, Grandma, don't go there. Stay focused. Focus, Grandma. Stay focused. Ellen says, yes, your wisdom you share. Of course, I have to give you some of mine. All part sharing. I know, I like hearing your wisdom too. Anyway, so I was a little bit concerned while I was playing with Desmond that he would think I was pretty stupid. I mean, he did say, "You're terrible at this. You can't do this. You're really bad at this." So you're not supposed to say that to people. Make people feel bad. You're supposed to, even though you know more and you're faster at it and better and you've got it all, you can't make other people feel bad because they can't keep up with you. Nobody can keep up with you, so you gotta all give them a chance. Anyway, I had a fear that my grandson would think I have no memory, which I don't, and I can't remember directions. Well, that's no memory, and I can't do the games very well. All these games, the Nintendo, you see, when you play Nintendo, it develops a different part of your brain. The only way you can have that part of your brain develop so far is playing Nintendo. So I was trying to play Nintendo to give my brain a little boost. Boy, I did it all wrong, consistently. At least I was consistent. However, I did make some positive strides as I tried to go slow enough to observe what was going around me. No, don't stand there. You got to get in the hole. Okay, I'll get in there. Whoop, too late. You know, it's really different when you can't keep up with your little grandchildren. You can keep up. I mean, I was doing a pretty good keeping up with my children, but then they got into difficult subjects that I couldn't keep up with them on. Those white things look like a big Tootsie Roll. These white things that they've got the hay rolled up in, these rolls of hay, they feed them all through this big thing of plastic. It looks like small sausages, or it looks like a Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll is about the right one, except it's white, not brown. I remember when you used to get little Tootsie Rolls for a penny. And I don't think I've seen them since then. Maybe I must be hungry. No, it was just seeing that rolled up there. See, we've got these fields beside us.